My missus has been gleefully telling everybody she can't wait until she sees my until my eyebrows drop off.
We want the marker pen look, though. We want her to use a Sharpie on you. And
Yeah,
every stream, it will be a different pattern, like one up here and one across there.
Them big black ones that woman's got.
That's
They look
it.
like
I want those.
they look like a couple of bits of insulation tape stuck on her head, don't they?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Monday's edition of the Woody Show. I've got a new background. Look, it says Woody, Mickey, and Tracy. I did that just before we came on air because I thought, I know, we need a new background, and I wasn't sure if it would work or not, but it does work. So that's quite handy. I just lost my screen for a minute there. No, that's it, right? Anyway, Tracy, say hello.
Hello.
Mickey, say hello.
Good evening, folks.
Mickey would like to know if he's too bright. We had a vote before we came online, and we all decided that no, Mickey and bright were never used in the same sentence ever. But Mickey's a bit worried about his brightness, so you could do with being a bit brighter, Mickey. Yeah. You can turn your light up, can you? Or you just get closer to it.
How's that?
Up, it just gets closer to the screen.
Yeah. Tracy, what's new with you this week then?
Well, further to booking that holiday, I have managed to extend the holiday. Well, what I did was the Scotland holiday was only like a few nights, and so what we're going to do is break the journey up and break the journey down. So today I have been booking Premier Inns.
Where are you going?
Going to what?
On your holiday?
Oh, Scotland, near Loch Lomond.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I've been there before. It's really good. And it's really beautiful. And then on the way up, we're going to stop sort of near Blackpool and do like a little bit of touristy stuff. And then on the way down, I'm going to stop in Huddersfield, which is actually really near to where my dad came from. So cool. Oh, hello. I'm saying hello to Andrew, and he's actually sitting behind me as well. So.
Hello, BSE. Good evening.
Good evening, Andrew, sitting right behind her there.
Oh, he's literally just there, coughing and eating sweets.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
The idiot is in the room.
That's not very nice, is it?
Yeah, he knows. He had a spanked bottom for that.
All right, okay. You'll get a spanked bottom from that, will you? Okay. So, what else has everybody been up to?
What have you been up to, Mickey?
My dog wants to go out now. Me, nothing. Yesterday, normal Sunday walk up the beachfront. I didn't get my chips, though. I wasn't allowed to have my chips. I had to have something apparently more healthy for me.
Oh, God.
So I had a cheese.
Was that salad and tomato sauce?
No, I had a cheese and onion butty with some salad and slaw and yeah. Hey up,
Okay.
Mr. Bean.
I thought I'd be Mr. Bean for a minute.
So yeah, hang on. I need to let the dog out.
All right, you go and let the dog out, then I'll carry on with this.
She jumps up and scratches my arm when she's got sharp little bloody claws. Okay, come on then.
I'm sorry, Tracy. Can I just confirm that when Andrew is sitting behind you, he's on a different laptop. He's on a different machine to you, is he?
He is, yes. He's on his phone.
Right, so he's on his phone watching, and he could actually be sitting next to you and watching on the same screen as you.
Yeah, no, he could. He does glance across to the big screen.
Okay.
But he's sat on the sofa, kind of like there, looking on his phone, because that means he can type as well, and he's got the earbuds in as well. So
okay.
Because of the delay mainly, because obviously I'm talking now, and there's a very slight delay on Twitch, so what he sees is not what he hears. So he's got his earbuds in.
Okay.
I can insult him, and he'll get offended in about 5 minutes' time.
Okay, that sounds like Mickey. Did you see Mickey? Did you see Mickey's let's turn this off for a minute. Did you see Mickey's? Did you see Mickey's face on that Woody Loves Woody clip?
Oh, yeah, I was looking, and he just looks completely blank.
It does. He was completely miles away until I said about, would you all like to leave the room so I can make love? And he said, huh? He suddenly, huh? It's like that dog. Have you seen that meme with that dog that suddenly turns around and goes, huh? It was like that meme, wasn't it?
Exactly that. I watched it, and it's literally, he's just completely zoned out. He's just like loving his own company, and then he hears making love. What?
I was actually looking at something on Facebook,
and
and then I heard him say he was going to make love, and I just thought, what, with his right hand?
Did he say Pornhub?
Yeah.
He did say Pornhub, didn't he? He was looking at something on Pornhub, wasn't he? Yeah,
Yeah,
right, okay.
He didn't say Facebook. He said, well, actually, no, he was on Facebook and thought he was on Pornhub.
Oh, right, okay. So, yeah, I can understand how you think that at times.
That's pretty much the same.
Do you like no background anyway, guys?
I love it. I love it.
Good,
Yeah.
good. I'll be experimenting. What I think I'll do is I'll change the background as topicality happens.
Do you know what? I think that really works, because as I was clipping up, and I was actually editing a couple, to put up 9:16, and because we changed it to the Union flag with the purple Union flag, it breaks it all up, so it makes it look like there's different things happening rather than all the same thing. I love the pub background, but it all looks like it's the same thing. But having the different background, you had exactly the same thought as me, as in topicality. Maybe, if we have specific subject nights or theme nights, it would all work with different backgrounds. So
thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Mickey.
Judy Head.
Thank you. Thank you. I wish I'd never installed that now.
Too late. We got to wait and find out what happens when it gets to 5,000 bits.
Well, it'll be Mickey spending on it because nobody else has spent on it. It's all Mickey, isn't it?
Everybody else loves us more than Mickey does.
Yeah. Right, my week. Well, this morning at 10:30, I had a phone call from the hospital. And it's the pre-chemo. I'm going for chemo on Friday. It's the pre-chemo phone call that tell me exactly what's happening and what will be happening during the chemo. And one of the things she listed off with this frightening list of side effects. I'm going to lose my hair. I've already got that sorted.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm going to get fatigues. Yeah, right. All I've done today is sleep. Sleep and sweat is all I've done today, so I've got that sorted, so I don't mind that. She said, oh, you'll either get constipated or you'll get diarrhoea.
Did you say, can I put myself in for the constipation, please?
Yeah, I thought the constipation would make, once again, I would like to have a proper boo, if I can get a side effect. You might feel like you've got sinusitis. You might get tingling feet and toes. You might get swelling joints. You might get painful joints. You might get the shivers. And I'm thinking,
this all sounds normal.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is nothing normal. This is nothing normal. What's going on here? And she's telling me how long each infusion will take, and it's going to take altogether. The first day, it's going to be 8 hours. So it's going to be a long, long day in the hospital.
Oh,
long day. Best pal, what conversation have I just showed up to about shit? No, that was Mickey throwing poo at me, and I'm just talking about what the hospital have said about today. That
good evening, best pal.
I'm having chemotherapy on Friday, I'm starting chemotherapy on Friday, and the hospital have just phoned me today to let me know what to expect with it all. So I've got 8 hours, and I've also got to inject. Yeah, go Tracy, you're gonna love this, right? I've also, after the end of my chemotherapy, I'm also going to have some injections to take home, which I've got to keep in the fridge, and I've got to inject myself, as well as the Clexane in the stomach. So I've got to inject myself with Clexane in the stomach. I have no idea where these new injections are going to go, but if it's in my stomach, it's going to be a nightmare because it's so bloody and bruised,
Yeah, and we saw that the other day, and that didn't look very nice, to be fair.
And what does the Clexane do?
Clexane is a blood thinner.
Oh,
So
okay.
you'll have to do both. The other
Yeah.
one's not a replacement for
No,
this one. No.
it's something different. It's part of the game. I'll have to
Oh,
keep I'll have to keep going with the Clexane because the Clexane is the chemo drugs can cause
Clotting.
thrombosis. Yeah, thrombosis. That's the word I'm looking for. Thrombosis. I forget what the other one was. She did tell me, but I forget what the other one was. But honestly, my stomach is like that. It's just bruised everywhere.
Yeah.
I also did some research today, and I originally thought that the bruising I've suffered is what I thought the Queen was suffering in her hands. But I've looked very closely at her hands, you know, and I've come to the conclusion that she's got DVP, or she had DVP. DVP is where the heart is unable to pump blood into the small veins and capillaries.
Yeah.
And that's what I think she's got. So it wouldn't surprise me if we find out that they obviously did an autopsy her, so they know the cause of. There's nothing suspicious about the cause of death. They know the cause of death, but I do think that they've got to do a death certificate at some point, haven't they?
Yeah. Well, no, that would have been done already because the body cannot be buried or anything until the death certificate has happened.
Okay, well, they've not told us exactly what she's died of.
I don't know whether that applies to the royal family.
It does.
Okay.
Does. Yeah, you can actually order the royal family's birth certificates, but the death certificates aren't available to purchase. They it's public records. I think they're kept locked away. They're not allowed to be purchased. But the cause of death will probably be released at some point. And I'm still reckoning it was like a stroke from long COVID because just the way that she may well have had blood cancer or something, but just the way that she had COVID went downhill, and then she had all these mobility things, and you're saying about the circulation things, all that is long COVID, and then a stroke if she's had a stroke or some kind of catastrophic heart issue. So
yeah. Best, why do you have to Best has to go to the hospital? Why do you have to go to the hospital? So yeah, I was looking at it, and I think it's called DVP. I forget what DVP stands for. Dilated vein periphery or something like that. Because the bruising isn't just on one hand; it's on both hands. Because originally, when I looked at the photograph, I thought the bruising was for having a cannula inserted in the hand. But it's actually when you see other photographs, it's on both hands. So I'm wondering if that's what it is.
Also, what has been said, well, not just the media, but when you look around people's comments and things, she often, or most often, wore white gloves. So we don't know how long this has been going on for.
No, we don't.
Months and things. So
it might well be, yeah. I'm just waiting for Best there to tell us why he's got to go to the hospital.
We carry on with what you were saying about your bits and bobs. Oh.
So that's it. That's what I've got to look for. What I did do. Hang on, follow-up appointment. They have to see how my nose is healing after I got a glass bottle whacked across it.
Oh yeah, you said it.
Yeah, I've been in those pubs in Wales as well. I've been to Merthyr. There's a pub in Wales called Merthyr Tydfil, right? There's a pub in Wales in a village called Merthyr Tydfil. The pub is called the Wyndham Arms, which is widely regarded as the roughest pub in the country. And it's the sort of place that you go in, right? And they smack you around the face with a bottle.
What, as a hello?
Yeah, well, that's the hello, yeah. And then they search you for weapons, and if you haven't got any, they give you one. It was at football. Oh, okay. It was at football. Was it a football fight or what? You have to tell us more, Best Pal. Yeah. So
I remember him mentioning the other night. About that he had his nose knocked sideways.
Yeah, I do remember him saying it. Yeah, I just wondered why you've got toilet paper there, Tracy.
Where can you see the toilet paper?
You just ripped the sheet off, didn't you?
A piece.
You just wiped your ass with a piece and wafted it across the screen. Have you got a commode there?
No, I ripped off a bit of paper that had writing on it, and I needed to get rid of it, so I put it on the shelf there. And now I'm writing our little list so that I can get it up online ASAP after we finish.
Swansea Millwall, that says it all, really, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it, mate? Oh.
Oh dear.
Excuse me yawning. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. I had to laugh when she said you might get fatigued. I get fatigued. I get fatigued. I've slept. I got up at 10. I had 8 hours. Got up at 10. I was back in bed at 12. Had an hour. Back in bed at 4. Had an hour. And then back in bed at 7 and had an hour. So I'm still tired. I'm absolutely shattered. So Swansea versus Millwall. Yeah, Millwall isn't that far from me, actually. It's just around the corner in relative terms. I'm trying to think if it's my nearest football ground. No, the nearest football ground to where I live is probably Crystal Palace or Millwall. They're pretty close. Millwall's just off the Old Kent Road, and Crystal Palace is just between here and Croydon. So it's possibly my nearest football ground or major football ground. We've got Bromley Town, which is a minor one. Yeah. And I think Millwall have got this reputation for doing things like that. So that's always a shame, isn't it? Getting rushed in the pub. Do you know what? I've not taken my children. My son took his 2 children, or my 2 grandchildren, to a football match a couple of weeks back. Only the local town, Bromley Town, which is the Vauxhall or the Conference League. But I've never taken any of my children to a football match, an England match, or a Premier Division match, because of this sort of thing. And I said all the time that we're getting that, I won't take my children to a football match, and I haven't. And I think my kids are the same. I don't think they'll take their children, my grandchildren, to any big major league football matches until this sort of rubbish. They threw smoke bombs in there and all that until this sort of rubbish stops. So that's football league killing itself, really, isn't it? You don't get that with women's football.
Well, I think that was getting better up until we had the lockdown, and since lockdown, everybody seems to have gone fucking mental.
Yeah.
Diabolical, Mickey, isn't it?
It is absolutely fucking diabolical.
Do you want a bit of fish, Tracy?
2 bits, please. I was actually sat in my local Weatherspoons. Mickey would be very pleased to hear. Yesterday, I was sitting there,
Yum.
sitting there having a coffee, and there's this regular guy in there. I think he's about 82, if I remember. You know, when you overhear things, he's regular in there, and he was sat there reading his paper, and someone came over to him and was going blah 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 about football and blah blah and everything. Anyway, according to him, because of VAR, football is finished. That's the end of football now. VAR has ruined football, and that is the end of football. So you heard it here first. Because of VAR, you won't see any more football matches.
Well, it's not doing a very good job this season, to be fair. It's doing an absolute awful job. I mean, from as far as I can remember this season so far, 3 or 4 goals that should have been goals that haven't been.
Yeah.
And they've been looked at by VAR, and you think, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but apparently, no, when it was linesman and referee, it was a lot fairer, because now it's just some bloke sat in an office 20 miles away looking at a screen. And it's like 5 minutes before they make a decision.
Thing is, they're not only watching just one match, though. They're watching several matches at once.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it's basically when there's a VAR check, they get requested. Yeah, most of the time they've got their feet up and stretching.
I don't know. Technology ain't all that.
Yeah.
I'm just writing notes down. Fish.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do it now because I keep looking at the playbacks. And I keep seeing that I'm quite distracted. I'm not looking at the camera so often because I'm all too busy doing things. So I'm not going to do it tonight, but I'm going to get a fish graphic. So next time Tracy does her seal impersonation, I go, right, I'm going to get a bit of fish to throw at her, and I'm going to have a seal sound come up, the seal's oink. She does that a lot. Yeah, that's it. So.
I got a really good snip from the other day when Mickey was saying about how he was shown, the farmer's wife showed them how to milk the cow, and me and Mickey at the same time go like this.
Yeah.
So that's a really good snip. So.
Okay. Yeah. So Best
We've
pal
all
used to
got a past, pal. We've all got a past.
You know, I've never been involved in
Uh,
the football carnage because I've never been to the football carnage. I've never been to a football match.
You're not.
I'm
I'm not.
Paddy. I'm
No,
so
To be
I have.
honest, I have.
I have. Sorry. Last football match I went to was in 1976, West Ham
I was
versus Chelsea. West Ham versus Crystal Palace, FA Youth Cup. I've never been to a football match since. Too much violence, so I won't go.
going to say I haven't been since the 70s.
Best
But
pal says the violence is getting worse. You've got people with Stanley slicing people's faces. I don't think.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if that's worse though, because I remember hearing about stuff like that happening in the 70s. So I don't know if it's got worse or if it's just evolved and like things ebb and flow. Things get better and then they get worse and things. People
Yeah.
used to hide Stanley blades in places and bring them out. And I mean, it's not nice, and I don't agree with it, but these things happen, and we need more police. More police.
You know, they went through. Talking about Stanley Blade, they went through a phase a few years back here where people were actually super gluing on the inside of people's car door handles.
Oh, for God's sake!
So when you went to open your door, you cut your hands. Yeah, that was a while back. It's a few years back, but yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I can't understand the mentality of some people.
I just don't understand football violence at all. You don't get it enough. I mean, as much as I take the mickey out of American hand oval, you don't get this sort of thing in an American hand oval match, do you?
Well, Christ, Steve, you get them all sitting together, don't you?
Yeah.
Mixed up together.
Yeah.
You know.
And they all seem very happy and patriotic, and
yeah,
it's all very and just everyone's there for the same reason, to watch a good hand oval match.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, best pal. They are copying the 70s and the 80s. Like Tracy said, it's like a cycle. It gets better and then it gets worse. But I mean, they're now starting to bring standing back into stadiums. But carry on like this, you'll go back to all-seater, all ticket. I can see it happening.
Yeah.
You ain't got a ticket, you ain't coming in.
But good evening.
Hello,
good evening.
Akala.
Good evening, Akala. How are you? How are you? Where are you from? Nice to see a first-time chatter. Yeah.
Best pal, I know what you mean. You're talking about the movies like Football Factory and things like that, but you've got to remember the Football Factory films are about 15 or 20 years old now. The Football Factory Green
Street.
Green Street.
Green Street.
Say Green Mile then, or no, Green Card, Green Mile. No, so all of those are about 10 or 15 years old now, and they were based on the violence around the 80s, and that's like having the gangs of right. We're this supporter. We're going to go and fight those supporters. So I mean, have we had any recent football films that are glorifying football?
I don't know if they do it now, but back in the day, 70s, 80s, they used to arrange them between the two sets.
Yes, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Football Factory and films.
The leaders of the two groups used to set up these fights and what have you. But I always felt sorry for the innocents that got caught up in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You redeemed one. Right, okay. Well, actually, that's handy because Mickey's redeemed one and Tracy's redeemed one, right? And what they've refused to do is they've refused to give me their addresses. However, Alex has sent me some T-shirts for you two.
Oh, I see. Alex. Oh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He sent T-shirts for you two, so he sent them to me to save the postage. So.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Well, that's all right. You combine that with the.
I'm going to.
Postcard.
I'm going to.
If you need me to pay the postage for the T-shirt, and that I'm quite willing to PayPal that you over.
Right. Okay. Can I just mention, right? Look, you know what this is, don't you? This is for those that don't know. Because I'm having chemotherapy starting this week, I decided to beat the chemotherapy because chemotherapy is going to make me lose my hair. So what I decided to do was I decided to shave my head anyway, and I bought myself a head shaver, which is this thing, which actually so I can trim my hair. However, just before I came on air, I had a shave with I've got another electric razor, Panasonic, and it went flat halfway through the shave. And I don't know, do you use an electric razor, Mickey? No, what am I talking about?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
You know what it's like when you use an electric razor halfway through the shave, you think, oh, fuck. Especially when you got half your face shaved. I had this half shaved, this half not shaved. And I thought, well, I've got to wait for it to charge up, and that'll take an hour, which means I can't really go on air. And then I remembered about this shaver, so I had to go with this shaver. Do you know what? It actually does a pretty good job.
Oh, that's good.
So I'm thinking that maybe I'll keep this as my permanent shaver. It is. When you look at the instructions, you can use it for your face. It does say. It's also got a nose hair trimmer, which is really handy. So I will add that to it and do that. So
please, we don't want to see you trimming your nasal hair on screen, thank you.
And my ear hair. It can trim my ear hair as well.
With a bit of luck, the ear and the nose hair will fall out first.
Well, yeah. My missus has been gleefully telling everybody she can't wait until she sees until my eyebrows drop off.
We want the marker pen look, though. We want her to use a Sharpie on you. And every stream, it will be a different pattern, like one up here and one across there.
Them big black ones that woman's got.
That's
they look like.
I want those.
They look like a couple of bits of insulation tape stuck on her head, don't they?
I just carry on looking on board. I'll own it. I'll look like a boiled egg. I don't care. I don't care. I'll own it. All right, I'll own it.
I think it might suit you. Look at Matt Lucas. He rocks the completely hairless look.
He's just bent as a 9-bob. No.
I wasn't saying that you had to turn gay for it.
Okay.
Unless, of course,
but he'd like
side
to.
effect of the chemo.
Has he got eyebrows?
He hasn't. No, he's hairless.
Okay.
So, like I said, unless turning gay is another side effect of chemo. So.
Oh yeah.
They warned you about that one.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Turning gay, right? Okay, that's not one that I've heard of. All right, I should. You watch out, Mickey. If I turn gay, I should be chasing you.
Oh, he's carrying a light for you already. It's just not being gay. It stops him.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Did you see in the news? Apparently there's been 3. I only knew about 2. There was one guy that, as Prince Andrew went by, called him some very rude names. As Prince Andrew went by in the parade, and the police yanked him out of the crowd and arrested him. And there was another guy that, when the king was proclaimed, shouted, "We didn't elect you." So or rather, who elected you? Something like that. And the police pulled him out of the crowd. And he's got both of these are going on about my right. They've both been arrested for breach of the peace. And they're both going on about their freedom of speech and their rights. But I know what freedom of speech is, but it doesn't mean freedom from consequences, and it doesn't mean freedom to abuse, does it?
No. Say what you want, but you've got to accept the consequences of what you have said and your actions. Yeah.
So, I think it doesn't. They think it. I think they take it to mean it's freedom to abuse. You're free to abuse somebody.
But also, it's like I saw on your Facebook today. You get rid of heads. They want the government to be more democratic.
Yeah, that democratic. Do you remember Jedward?
Yeah. That pair of fucking Irish idiots.
Yeah, a pair of Irish idiots. Well, they got some airtime today by saying that. They said, look, we should get rid of the monarchy, and then we could be more democratic. And I'm thinking, how exactly does that work?
Yeah. How can we be more democratic than we are now? Yeah. Because, technically, all the laws has to be signed off by the monarch. But I cannot see in the life of me a monarch refusing to sign one. Because all they'll do is get rid of the monarchy.
Or they'll just proceed with the law anyway.
The other thing is that the monarch cannot, and the royal family cannot get involved in politics.
No.
By refusing to sign a law off, that means they're getting involved in politics. So that won't happen. But what I saw, the Jedward thing, I saw trending on Twitter was hashtag Abolish Jedward.
Okay, yeah, okay.
There was about 40,000 tweets.
Okay.
Abolish Jedward.
I mean, I can't believe that they've made a living out of being such fucking idiots, to be quite honest with you.
Well, we are, Mickey.
Well, yeah, well, we're nearly making a living out of
Yeah,
it.
well, yeah.
I might get a pack. I might get a fag by the end of the year.
Gee, I think you'll find that it's mostly you that's been paying in.
Oh, don't worry about that.
He wants a return on his investment.
Yeah.
I told you, Steve, I was here to support you, and that's why I'm here.
Oh,
We're down to 3 viewers. We scared them. I said, that's all the talk of Jedward.
that
Yeah.
was, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as we mentioned Jedward, we've got 3 viewers.
That was probably them watching and thought, "Fuck this lot, I'm off."
Yeah, I also think that our background makes a good attractive thumbnail as well.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you've seen what it's like on the screen, haven't you? Oh, Mickey, you know we did the special for the Queen, don't you? On last
Yes.
Thursday. I got a copyright strike on YouTube. I uploaded it to YouTube and it got blocked. I got a copyright strike for the Paddington and James Bond sections.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
But Tracy redid it, didn't she?
Yeah, Tracy's redid it and uploaded it. I haven't looked at it yet, but I trust her that she's done it. She obviously.
Yeah, no,
did you know I was going to get a copyright strike?
Right. What I did was I wanted to do an edit of it because there was a couple of times that we had a little bit of a laugh, not as much as normal, and we had that fuck up at the end with the follower bot, and I hated the way that ended. And it was just and also cutting out there was a few long pauses, stuff like this. So I respectfully chopped it down and edited it, and I've done some fade throughs and stuff like that, and I've given it a better ending. But at the same time, I thought this is going to be.
Was it a happy ending?
What?
Was it a happy ending?
Did we come?
Yeah.
I'm just asking.
But at the same time, because I went through from the start, and I've put a start screen as well. I took the one that you did.
You know, you keep slapping Mickey in the face.
Every time you move your hand, I get a smack in the yeah. See, there you go again. I've got an elbow in my face now.
Yeah, so I've done all that together, and I started from the beginning, and I worked my way through. And when I got to those bits, I thought I'd love to leave them in, but it's going to be a pain in the arse if that is what we get strikes for. So I've edited them out smoothly. You know, it doesn't look like. I actually can't see what he's doing because you're all big on the screen again.
Oh dear.
Now I can see. Oh dear. I can't help it if he's put us so close together.
Well, I can separate you, but then it won't work for the Ujima flip.
No, I know, no.
For the background, yeah.
For the 916 TikToks.
Yeah, no. It's all good. Fine. I thought it was hilarious when he accidentally came in behind me, and it just looks like.
Say that again slowly. I think I misheard that. I thought you said he came in my behind.
He came in behind me.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. So
well, it's equally as good, I suppose.
But the hilarious thing is that it looks.
Did he withdraw then?
After I bounced around for a bit. Anyway, it looks like he's peering over my shoulder, like he snuck up behind me and peered over my shoulder. So
that's not what he looked like he was doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm just wondering what we were talking about then, because I need to be writing.
Oh, we're talking about freedom of speech and freedom to abuse, and how people have taken that to mean that freedom of speech means you're free to abuse people, and so these two, I think it was quite disrespectful actually, and I'm glad the police intervened. I mean, I do agree with what he was shouting at Andrew, by the way. But
what did he say?
there's a time and a place for it, though.
Exactly,
and
Mickey,
that was
exactly.
not it.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me about the Andrew situation, the Prince Andrew situation, is like we've spoken about before. In this country, what he did, if he did, what he did is not illegal. It's
No.
not paedophilia.
Not in this country, no.
And
But the fact that they were brought over here for that is trafficking.
no,
So
I
that
agree, but-
is illegal.
no, I agree. Did Andrew know that? Did Andrew know? Is he in on it? He didn't actually do it, which doesn't make it.
Still doesn't make him a paedophile.
Doesn't make him a
No,
paedophile.
no.
What I do think he is guilty of, though, is being a really bad liar. Because all this shit about not being able to sweat, and he was in Woking Pizza Express at the time, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what he's guilty of.
Oh yeah.
And it probably would have been so much better had he just not done any interviews and just kept his mouth shut.
What I can't get
on TV, it just made it worse. Anyway,
what I can't get my head around, if he's innocent, why has he paid her money to shut up?
I wanted.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wanted the trial.
If I was innocent and I knew I was innocent, I would go to trial. I wouldn't pay somebody to shut up.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. So
why would you do that?
Well, he's suffering for
Unless
it now,
you've
isn't
been
he?
told by somebody higher up in the royal family, look, we want this to go away. Here's 5 million quid, get rid of it.
Yeah, that's probably what happened, because a lot of people think that the Queen gave him the money to pay.
But it came from the royal family. It didn't come from him. It came from the royal family. There's no doubt about that. But who in the royal family? I don't know.
That's why a lot of people have bad feeling towards the Queen, because they reckon that she was just going like, oh, give us some money. Give us some money and she'll go away.
I don't think it's like that. I just think that it was bringing such bad publicity to the royal family PLC, and it is a PLC. I don't care what anybody says. It is a money making machine, and I just think they just wanted it to go away, so they just paid out just to get rid of it.
They do in this country. Don't forget, Best Pal. The court case was in America.
Yeah.
In this case, they probably got them in the back pocket. But the point is, there is a time and a place. I mean, we're doing it now, and we really shouldn't be.
No.
There is a time and a place for doing this, and I think during the Queen's funeral is not the time or the place.
No.
Yeah. No, I agree, but at the same time, we're not. We're debating it, we're discussing it, and we're not actually talking about the Queen and any misdemeanors that she may have done, apart from potentially paying Andrew off and things. So it's just a bit of debate, because the royal family is so much in the spotlight right now. And also it related to what you were talking about people shouting and booing Prince Andrew. So
yeah, there we go. See, he saw the dude shouting. It was quite foul, Mickey, and I can't remember what it was. He shouted it at Prince Andrew, and he got pulled out by a few members of the crowd, and then the police arrested him. So it's not the time and the place. I mean, if Andrew was attending a royal event not to do with the Queen's death, then perhaps that would have been the time and the place. Right?
But did you also notice he's the only one not in military uniform?
Yep, I did notice that.
However, and I, being an ex-military man myself, I think it's disgusting that they're going to allow him to wear one at the funeral. Because
wasn't he stripped?
Because he flunked out of the military.
Oh.
He couldn't take it, so he left.
That's Edward, Mickey.
Was it?
Yeah. Andrew flew helicopters during the Falklands War as he was a decoy. He flew helicopters.
You're right. I beg your pardon. Yeah.
Wasn't Andrew stripped of some military titles when all this problem
happened?
Yeah,
but what he wasn't stripped of was the one that he earned.
Oh.
Yeah.
He is a lieutenant commander in the
Navy.
In the Navy, because he flew in the Falklands War. He actually flew decoy missions
Yeah.
in his helicopter in the hope that
It's all right. I was getting my military history mixed up, and I do apologise for that. Yeah.
Prince Edward, on
You're
the
right,
other
it's
hand,
Edward.
Prince Edward, on the other hand, he flunked out after about 3 months, didn't he? Went on
Yeah.
to be an actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Princess Anne has never done military service.
And yet she wears a bloody naval uniform.
So
I thought she had. I really thought she had.
I thought she had as well, and I searched it out today. She's not done any military service.
But why is she allowed to wear the uniform then?
I don't know.
Mickey?
I don't know. I should imagine it's because she's been given some honorary.
She's been given honor. She's an honorary vice. She's an honorary admiral.
Vice admiral or something.
Admiral. Her husband's a vice admiral.
Yeah.
So she outranks her husband. It's an honorary title that goes for the royals.
Yeah. So obviously they get to put the uniform on and pretend.
But she never earned it. Not like Andrew and Harry. And whatever you say about Andrew and Harry, right? They both earned it. William earned his, but he was never in a war.
Yeah.
Andrew was in a war, and Harry was in a war.
Yeah.
Harry went to Afghan.
Yep.
Although if you speak to some of the people who went with him, it was a pain in the arse.
Yeah. Well, they should have rolled over and done it properly then.
Yeah.
But Andrew.
But yeah, it was. So we're gone.
All you say about Andrew, he earned the right to wear his military uniform, and I think that's what uniform he'll be wearing during the vigil. Lieutenant Commander of the Royal Navy, and he earned that. Unlike his big sister and his little brother. Was he an actor? He went on to be. Or he wanted to be an actor, was it? Yeah.
I think he did want to be. Yeah. Although Edward and Sophie have done a lot for chariots and that in the background, they're not ones to throw themselves forward and be in the limelight all the time. They do get on with things quietly, and about which I admire them for doing. To be quite
Edward
honest,
travels by public transport in London. Did you know that?
He's what?
Edward travels on public transport.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. The way that guy is, yeah.
But right. I need to go and refresh my water bottle and have a wee. So oh, there we go. Look, I need to.
Hey, Mark. Hello.
I need to have a wee. So I'll be back in a minute.
I'm not surprised, Mark, knowing where you live.
Right, what you got on your list then, Trace? Come on.
I haven't got a bloody list today.
Spit it out.
I was up too late last night talking to a friend of mine, catching up with a friend of mine, which we don't speak for like a couple of months, and then we get all our news out in a
one hit
mass session. So I was awake until about 5 o'clock this morning, and I was going, I have to go to bed now. My eyes are boggling. She's going, yeah, I feel like that as well. I was, oh, you should have let me go to bed hours ago. But yeah, no, it was really good. I was just because her father's got cancer, and so I was seeing how things like that was doing.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mark. How are you? Apart from being
fighting on the bus.
Yeah. Did you start the war? That was you, this bloody chaps. Yeah.
Yeah, you're about right, mate.
God.
Huh?
Yeah, that's.
Bloody country's full of them now.
Yeah. Send them back. Send them back to Chavland.
Yes, send them back to Chavland.
Oh well, I've got my my day in Blackpool next month. You know, I can't remember if I actually said, but what I'm going to do. You know, I said that we're going to split the journey, but one of the bits where we're going to be staying is near Blackpool, so we're going to spend half a day in Blackpool. I've not been in Blackpool since 1986, and it's probably well full of chavs by now, from especially from what you see on TV and things.
Yeah.
And the last time I went to Blackpool, I was in a tram accident. So there you go, which you can't find on the internet anywhere. There is no mention of it. But I know it happened because I ended up in hospital and I have a scar. So I need to contact like the Blackpool.
What have people told you about playing on railway lines and tram lines?
I know, I was on the tram. We hit another tram. I know.
Ouch.
I know exactly, and
Wasn't the one in London a year or so
yeah,
back?
no, that was Croydon,
Croydon.
and
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't like that. The one in Croydon was apparently the guy was speeding.
He was going too quick round
Yeah,
the
yeah,
corner or something
exactly,
and
and
turned
that
it
was
over.
terrible. That was bad. So,
Yeah. Was he
Mark,
pissed up or something? Had a bloody. Here comes Mr. Bean.
Yep.
Mark says I'm okay now with a fridge full of Czech beer. So you're not on the wagon anymore.
It's took him 3 weeks to get over Steve's piss up.
I,
what a
Thrush.
what a lightweight.
He had thrush afterwards. That's what it is. He got thrush that night, and he's had to spend 3 weeks off the beer to let it get better.
I went to
What's
Blackpool
that?
a couple of years
Hill?
back, Tracy. What a shithole that place is.
Oh, I'm looking forward to
What, Blackpool?
Yeah, what a shithole it is.
Yeah, I hate the place. I've only ever been once. I never go back.
Oh, no,
I
horrible.
was only there a day. On work.
Yeah, see,
Oh.
this is what when I was saying to.
It's full of hen and stag parties and
Yeah.
people
It's
pissing up
just
and vomiting
grimy
in
and
the
yeah,
street.
yeah, Northern chavs, yeah.
They probably don't have a clue because of the bad accents.
This is
Yeah,
what I was
absolutely
saying
right.
when I was trying to find what Premier Inn we were going to stay in, and Andy was saying, can't we get one that's like in Blackpool? And yeah, there's loads of premiers and travel lodges around the area, but the problem is they're all going to be full of kids or stag
Yeah.
do's and hen do's because it's in Blackpool. And really,
Yeah.
I'm not going. I said to him, we're using it as a stop off. We're not using it as a holiday. But the fact that we're going to be fairly near to Blackpool, we can just pop over for a couple of hours, have an ice cream, look at the tower, put some money in the amusements, and fuck back. I can't get my teeth in now, and fuck back off again. To like the relatively quieter bit. And oh, where's Mickey gone? Oh,
What's happening?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you disappeared off of my screen.
Oh,
Yeah, your Skype's gone.
Oh,
Your
dear.
Skype
Yeah,
image is gone.
you're gone again, Mickey.
And I've gone all small.
oh dear.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to because I've not been there since the accident in '86, and my sister's been a couple of times, and I'm just looking forward to do a bit of chavvy crap tourism. That's it.
Is this a stopover on your way up to Scotland?
Yeah. But we're not staying in Blackpool. We're staying about 20 miles outside Blackpool, so we're not in with all the noise and the kids and the hen do's and stag do's and everything. And it's just going to be piling some money into the 2p machines, look at the tower. It's not even a beach that I want to go on because it's quite muddy in the bay. And then go back to the Premier Inn and put a burger in our face, and that sounds good to me. Oh, what's going on?
I don't know. We've completely lost you, Mickey.
I should be back.
No,
Oh, we can hear you, but there's no image.
no, we've completely lost you, Mickey. Yes, you're back. Yeah, you're back.
What happened?
Fucking expression cam happened.
Yeah.
Did it just suddenly fire itself up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it changed my camera from my video cam to expression cam.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, I emailed them and they haven't responded yet. So let's cancel that. Let's cancel
Yeah.
it. Sorry about the state of my shirt. What you can't see is I'm sweating like crazy here. And I can actually see it. Look, it's coming through on my shirt if you can see it. Look.
Yeah, it's all right, Steve. It just looks like you've dribbled. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, just dribble, yeah.
It's just dribble.
One of the symptoms of my cancer. Oh, I can't wait for Friday to come. I'm not looking forward to Thursday. Thursday is not fun. Having the pick line inserted is not fun.
No. I should
No,
imagine it
Not
is.
fun.
No.
So
Are you going to take Thursday night off?
no.
You're going to still come on and
Yep.
have a chat?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I just wondered.
We need to keep up the grind. It's like I said to you before, Tracy. We're disadvantaged. And by the way, we've got 7 viewers. So hello, whoever's just joined. Just come in and join the conversation. We are 12 years behind everybody else on Twitch.
Yeah.
Twitch was 2010. 2010 was the year to get into Twitch. If you got in on the ground floor at Twitch in 2010, you'd be quite a big streamer now, which a lot of them are. We're 12 years behind everybody else, so we've really got to grind to get to a level that we need to be comfortable with. So I like that, Mickey. Well done. We need to really grind to do that. Is that you eating arseholes again, Tracy?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. So we really need to keep up the pressure. We really need to grind to keep the viewers up.
I know, I understand that. I would just, I'm just interested and asking because you getting the pick line in, and then you've got chemo the next day, and Thursday night is usually a relatively quieter night. So I just wondered if you were just going to take that off.
He's got to keep his techie
I'm here on
streams up.
Friday. Oh yeah, I'm here on Friday, like I said, and just in case you're a bit knackered. So, and if you're not, I'm still here. So.
No, I'm planning to carry on as normal. What I'm not doing is I'm planning to carry on as normal. But if the opposite happens, we've got it covered. I mean, if I don't feel like it Friday, if I don't feel like it Thursday night, then I won't stream Thursday night. It's as simple as that. But at the moment, I want to keep up. I want to keep up a schedule because, like I say, we've got a lot of ground to catch up, and we will do it as long as we just keep
going.
I know I said that. You just got to keep being consistent and keep showing up.
Yeah, we've got to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I said that. I especially particularly being Friday is your first chemo, and that's why I said I thought right. No, I'm not going to not be here on Friday. I will show up on Friday, and if it's me, you, and Mickey on Friday, that's great. If you need a lay down and it's just me and Mickey, that's great. Whatever happens, I just wanted to cover it so that you didn't feel like you had to be sat here because it was just you and Mickey. And I want it to be consistent as well. I want to be here for the viewers and for you guys.
Mark, even though you haven't subscribed, have you noticed I've given you a VIP badge? So there you go. I gave you a VIP. Yeah, it's got a VIP badge. That little diamond. You didn't notice it, did you? No. We can have 20 VIPs. So as the 20 people come on, I will give them the VIP badge. You haven't got one, Mickey.
No. I've got a crown.
Yeah.
From Prime Gaming. I've got first.
You bloody Prince Charles or King Charles.
Did you want a VIP badge, Mickey?
No, do a fuck. Nothing important about me. Why would I want one of them?
All right.
I've got a sword.
Did you want one, Tracy?
You can give me one if you want.
Did you want
and a VIP badge.
Oh dear.
Dear, oh
Right,
dear, oh dear.
You let yourself in every time. Steve, she wants you to give her one. Come on.
I know what she means, Mickey. It's just your dirty mind.
I love double entendres and Mrs. Yeah, I love all that. I prefer that to an actual blatant like sex joke. You know what I mean? Like I just prefer the double meanings and the nudge nudge wink wink and you could mean that or
It won't let me give you a VIP badge, sorry.
Oh, that's all right, don't worry.
That's because she's a mod, probably.
Very probably.
Mark says, doesn't show up on my PlayStation. What it might do, it might.
Won't let me give you one either, Mickey.
Oh, thank Christ for that. I don't really want you giving me one. Thanks, Steve.
It's a little diamond. It's a little white diamond on a purple background. Mark.
No, it's not a Christmas jumper. What do you fucking think I am, you prat? It's a freaking T-shirt.
Cool pattern.
Go on, Bennett.
Right, Mark, it might show up if you log out and log back in again because that's what happened when Mickey got something. I can't remember what it was.
And it weren't AIDS.
No, or the clap like from the other night. So logging out and logging in again may well have it show up, but I can't remember what it was that Mickey had. and it wasn't the clap.
No.
What's that called? Oh, VIP badges, right? Oh, who's ringing?
Not me. Not me.
I think it's Steve.
Yeah. That's all right. Sorted. My cordless phone was off the hook, but it's on the hook now. I've knocked it off the desk a bit. It's sorted now. Fully charged. Yep, sorted now. Sorted now. So right. Yes. Right. Okay.
So hopefully Steve will be able to find it and come back and say, "Yay!" The man from Del Monte. He's got to put his hat on. The man from Del Monte. He say, "Yay!" Hey, Mad Mark.
Thank you, Marky.
Thank you.
It's very kind of you.
Very kind of you. Thank you so much. Yay. Now look at that. I love it. Well done. Look at that. And a splat poo. The vet woman, she's having a bit of time off because Steve's not on the screen at the moment. So for that, I will give you a see, much better than the vet.
Steve's still rummaging in his pants looking for things, is he?
He is. He's having a rummage.
Well, when he eventually comes back, I'll go for my 5-minute break. Make a cup of tea. Make a cup of tea and have a... Yeah.
You made that sound quite salacious.
It is salacious.
Make a cup of tea and...
Inhale.
Thank you for following Danny Dashcam. Hi, guys. Hi,
Hey,
guys.
Danny. Hello.
I'm guessing you're probably from the UK moderators group.
He is. He's from Steve's Dashcam group, I believe.
I don't know why I called it moderators, but
Oh.
yes, hello.
Because you've...
Where's
He's rummaging through his pants at the minute. He's trying to find something.
Yeah, he's...
Oh,
Found it.
back.
I found it.
He's
I
back.
found it. I
He's
found it.
back.
I'm here, Danny.
Found it.
He's found it.
Yeah. I'm here.
Right, I'm going for my 5-minute.
Okay, you go and have your fag, Mickey. Oops, I'll try and trace you off. There you go. You go and have your fag, Mickey. Right, okay. I'll write that down next to fish. Next to fish. Right. Fish. It might be something that's only available to partners only. You what, Tracy?
You totally missed what I was doing above your head then.
Oh, okay. He because he called me that bloke, the bloke out of Phoenix Nights. I've never seen Phoenix Nights, but apparently, bloke in the wheelchair in Phoenix Nights. I remind him of it.
It's a cracking show. You need to watch it on Catcher or something. Bound to be on YouTube or something.
Okay. The only way I could do a northern accent, Danny, right, is to remove half of my brain, and I'm not going to do that.
Because he'd have none left then.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, there you go, Mickey. Mickey got there.
Oh yeah, to do an accent anywhere past Birmingham, you've got to remove 9/10 of your brain, so and drop your IQ.
He's being racist towards my family now.
All right, okay. Yes, best pal. Go on, we want to hear a joke. Yes, we'd love to hear a joke. You want to hear a joke, Tracy?
Yeah. Why didn't the chicken cross the road?
Okay, why didn't the chicken cross the road?
This is going to be extremely bad, isn't it?
It was a duck.
I told you it was extremely bad.
Hang on. Here we go. There we go.
Why did the punk cross the road?
Go on.
Why did you hear what I said?
Yeah,
did the
punk
cross the road?
Yeah.
Because he was stapled to the chicken.
Oh.
Yeah. Why did the pervert cross the road? I can't say the punchline to that one.
Have you got any tumbleweed things that you can put across the screen? Just
shut her up. I agree with you. That's just it's
bit of tumbleweed growing.
Thank you.
Yeah, you don't do jokes, do you, Tracy?
I just did. There you go. Danny was laughing at
All
it.
right, okay. A duck walks into a bar, goes up the barman and said, "Got any bread?" The barman said, "No." 5 minutes later, the duck walks up to the barman again and says, "Got any bread?" And, no. A couple of minutes later, the duck walks up to the bar again and says, "You got any bread?" And the barman said, "No." And if you ask me that one more time, I'm going to nail your beak to the bar. A couple of minutes later, the duck walks up to the bar and says, "Got any nails?" And the barman said, "No." So the duck said, "Got any bread?" A poor man asks a rich man, it's about Christmas, right? A poor man asks a rich man, "What are you getting your wife this Christmas?" The rich man replies, "Diamond earrings and a Mercedes." The poor man asks, "Why are you getting her two gifts?" The rich man says, "Well, if she doesn't like earrings, she can drive to the store and exchange them." Then the rich man adds, "So what are you getting your wife this year?" The poor man, he thinks about it for a second and replies, "A pair of slippers and a dildo." And the rich man says, "What are those two things?" And the poor man says, "Well, if she doesn't like the slippers, she can go and fuck herself."
Oh dear.
Oh,
Oh dear.
You want an American
Oh.
joke?
No.
All right, okay. Okay, all right. All right. A guy goes into an American
I
goes
didn't know
into
that
a, goes into
Americans
a
were
Mexican bookstore, right? Because he's never been in an American bookstore before, right? And he browses through the store and he finally asks the guy at the till, he says, "Do you have that book on Donald Trump's foreign policies with Mexico?" And the clerk replies, "Fuck you, get out, stay out." The man replies, "Yeah, that's the one."
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Okay. All right, yeah, I'll let somebody else tell a joke now if you like. Let somebody else tell a joke if you like now.
Yeah, anybody else got some bad jokes that are going to make us laugh?
Well, you asked me for my jokes, didn't you?
Best Pal says the real joke at the moment is the price of tobacco. Yeah, well, it's all what do you call it? Taxes.
I don't smoke.
Sorry?
I don't smoke.
No, I don't smoke either. I go
And somebody, I won't mention any names, is in league with tobacco smugglers.
Oh, I can't see my wiggling finger.
Yeah.
Punch him in the head. Oh, look, I found Mickey's brain! I found Mickey's brain!
Oh, well done.
Well, you're not pointing at me arse, are you? I don't know what you mean about tobacco smugglers. Really don't.
Best Pal says, I got connections, so I will be getting the shit from Europe.
Living where I live, I'm not too far from the Eurotunnel. And they used to do a special deal on the Eurotunnel, 42 miles from here to the Eurotunnel. And they used to do a special deal on the Eurotunnel that if you went after 6 at night and returned before midnight, it was a tenner for the journey. So that's your car and up to 4 passengers, a tenner. If you left after 6 and came back before midnight. So that's what we used to do. I used to get a fortnight's worth of tobacco and fags. I used to smoke, I don't smoke anymore. And what we do is we drive down to the Eurotunnel, get on the train, get off at Coquelles, drive through to Belgium, drive through to Belgium to a place called Adenkerk, which is known as Tobacco Road. Get the duty frees there. Well, there weren't duty frees because at that time we were in the EU, so you could buy them. I mean, I used to smoke Marlboro Gold, and they were like €3.40 a packet, which was like £4 a packet, which is like half the price they are in this country. And Old Holborn, not Old Holborn, Golden Virginia was like £1.50 for 20 grams. Ridiculous amount. So I'd bring back a whole month's supply, go back from Adenkerk to Coquelles to catch the train. You could do it in it. You actually had 6 hours. You could do the journey in 6 hours from Coquelles to Adenkerk, get you back in and get back to the train. You could spend some time actually in Coquelles going around the big mall there. And then get on the train and get back and be back by midnight. So I used to do that every few weeks, and that was perfectly legal as well. And at the time, it was a lot cheaper for fuel in France and Belgium than it was in the UK. So what you do is you also fill up when you're over there as well. It turned out to be quite cheap, but now we're no longer in the EU. That's all stopped, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Right, I need to go to the toilet, so I'll be back in a second. Back in a minute.
Off you go.
Don't forget to turn your mic off. well, that's what I meant. We don't want to hear it.
Oh.
Oh,
If
dear.
you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweet and wipe the seat.
Indeedy. I just wondered if you'd ever been on any type of cruise.
No, I'm not a boat person. Although I live by the sea, I'm not a boat person. My
I
brother's done.
befriended him
done
2
that.
years ago. I can't stand his constant dramas.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
His dramas
it's
got on my tits. So,
yeah. Well, I know. I just wondered. At the moment, he's on a cruise, some sort of European cruise, and I just wonder, have you ever had been on any
yes,
type
I
of
went.
cruise?
I went on a cruise in 2014 from Southampton to the Canary Islands. Southampton and to the Canary Islands, La Palma, and Gran Canaria, and then back. Oh, sorry, we stopped at we stopped at the we stopped in a couple of places on the way. We stopped at the island. I forget the name of the island where that footballer, where the Portugal, who's the famous Portuguese footballer, Mickey?
What, Ronaldo?
Ronaldo, yeah, the island where Ronaldo was born.
What,
Do you know what?
Madeira?
Madeira, that's it. I couldn't think of the name. We stopped at Madeira on the way out. Then La Palma, then Gran Canaria, and then Cadiz. Finally Lisbon, and then back to Southampton again. My impression of a cruise, I'll never ever do it again for two reasons. Firstly, it's a 5-star floating prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a floating prison. From the time we left Southampton till we got to Madeira, it was 3 days. And we had to cross the Bay of Biscay, which is, like that.
That is one of the roughest.
It
Yeah.
wasn't a very nice crossing. Trying to stay in bed at night was an absolute nightmare. But 3 days on the boat, and then you're only allowed out for 5 hours when you get to Madeira, is although I did do the sledges. If you know about Madeira, you know about the sledges. I did do the sledges in Madeira. I went up on the cable car and came down on the sledges. We did that, and then we got to La Palma, and again, I hired a car in La Palma, and we only had 4 hours in La Palma, so I didn't get to see much of the island. We drove to the top and drove back down again, and that's all we could do in La Palma, because of the time we had. In Gran Canaria, I hired a car again. We only stopped again for about 8 hours in Gran Canaria. I hired a car again, and we only got halfway up the island, halfway up the hills. We stopped at Lanzarote as well. Again, I hired a car in Lanzarote, and we got to Fire Mountain. So I got to see Fire Mountain, which I thought was quite good. But
Tim and Fire, I love it up there.
yeah, Lanzarote to me is like holidaying on a bit of burnt Weetabix. So I'd never go there. But I've been there, and I hired the car, and we drove up the Fire Mountain, and it was great fun. And we also had a camel ride in Lanzarote, and then we did Portugal. No, we did Cadiz. And funnily enough, it's the second time that I've been somewhere really famous. Just outside of Cadiz, just as you pull into Cadiz, the captain actually made an announcement on the they had televisions, and he made an announcement saying where we are right now is where the Battle of Trafalgar took place. I thought,
Oh,
oh,
wow.
yeah, that's right there. And then we did Cadiz, and again we only had a few hours. We only had a few hours in Cadiz. I can see your best pal. We will talk about your thing in a minute. We had a few hours in Cadiz, which is all right. Went and saw the Lipinzana horses. If you don't know what the Lipinzana horses are,
Are they the ones at Pram?
yeah, they are fantastically trained creatures. Pure white as well. Fantastically trained creatures. Went and saw a show with the Lipinzana horses, and then we did Portugal, which I quite like with Portugal. I like Portugal. Lisbon, I quite like Lisbon. Although Lisbon apparently is the murder capital of Europe, I've so discovered. But we did Lisbon, and we went on the trams in Lisbon, and had a meal in Lisbon in the main square. That was quite nice, and did a little trip around Lisbon, and then we came back. But like I said, the two things that will put me off is, first of all, it's like a floating 5-star prison, and secondly, our cruise was full of what I call cruise bores. Right?
I've been on this cruise and I've been on that cruise.
Yeah, exactly. They'd hold court, right? They'd grab the same table at the bar, and they'd hold court, and they'd tell you all about their trips that they've been on, right? And one guy,
cruise goers.
huh?
professional cruise goers.
Yeah.
You know, like I've said before about professional walkers.
Yeah.
They've done so many walks. They've got all the garb and all the gear. And what you've hit is professional cruise goers.
Yeah. And half of them, right? What got me was when we got to Cadiz, most of them didn't get off. I said, "Why aren't you getting off?" I said, "Oh no, we don't get off the cruise ship."
Yeah.
So they've been to all these places, but they don't get off them.
Yeah.
No, to me, it was like a floating prison with whistle-stop visits, and I didn't enjoy it. Overall, I can't complain. I can't complain about the quality of the accommodation, and I can't complain about the quality of. I can't complain about the quality of the food, but I can complain about being stuck on a ship for 2 weeks and the whistle-stop things. So that's my impression of a cruise. I will never do another one again.
Now, my brother's been on several. He enjoys. My brother's done several. He enjoys them. He keeps trying to persuade us to go. But what Steve said is the reason I won't go on, because I don't want to be stuck on a ship where you can't go anywhere. I like when I go on holiday or whatever. I like to get out and about and explore the location. I like to get away from the holiday bits, if you like, and go and see how the real people live.
That's what I do. I hire a car whenever I go to Spain. Whenever I go to Spain or France, I hire a car. I pick it up at the airport. You know, that's what I do. So, Turbo, a best pal, said he's been across the Irish Sea and he'll never do it again. I mean, that's not really a cruise, is it? I mean, that's like claiming the Isle of Wight is a foreign destination, isn't it? Really, when you think about it, isn't it?
Well, they are funny fuckers over on the Isle of Wight. Let's face it.
Yeah.
I
got thrown out of an Isle of Wight group during the week.
I'm surprised you haven't been thrown out of your own dash cam group yet. To be fair,
they can't throw me out. They can't throw me out. I'm the one person right in the group. They can't throw me out. Isn't that right, Danny? I'm the one person in the group they can't throw out. They've tried. Of course they've tried. Danny sits there all day clicking that remove button, but I'm the one person in the group they can't remove. I know Danny's worn two mics out just from clicking that remove button.
So what? How did you get banned or kicked out of an Isle of Wight group? I can imagine that you probably were a bit disparaging about the inhabitants, but what did you say?
Now, somebody said, "What are the downsides of visiting the Isle of Wight?" And everybody gave a list of downsides, and I said, "Don't forget the incest."
That'll do it. That'll do it.
I thought you were going to say that you said something like the residents, the inhabitants, and but the incest. I once
went on a free cruise from Woolwich to Victoria. That's hardly a cruise, is it?
Woolwich to Victoria.
That's hardly a cruise, is it?
Yeah, but it can't even have been on water because Victoria is not.
It was an Uber boat.
Yeah, but no. Hang on. That's what I thought he means, but Victoria is not on the Thames. So I don't know where he went or got off. Victoria, I think you'll find is not on the Thames.
No, I know Victoria's not on the Thames.
I mean, if he said Chelsea, yeah, that works.
I wouldn't fucking know. I don't know London.
I
don't
like
really
Uber
want to
boats.
know London.
That's a good way for me. That's a good way for me to get in a town in my wheelchair. You know.
What, the Woolwich ferry?
I must go on one of the boats.
Have you not been on one?
No, I've not been on one yet. Only because I just had never really fancied it, and I've never really had anywhere to go. But I think I might do it just as something to do.
Yeah, Thames
on that Virgin Sky thing, Tracy.
See what? Sorry.
The Virgins, they got a chairlift to go over there, haven't they?
Oh, you mean the Emirates airline, Virgin Sky, Virgin?
Yeah. No,
you mean the Emirates? Yes, I've been on the Thames cable car. Yes, I've been on that.
I've been to Dome, but I haven't been on that.
I thought it was Virgin, but I mean.
I think my daughter's been on it. I'd have to ask. But Danny Dashcam says I've done a cruise, the Kitty-Waki from Wigan Pier to another place nearby Canal Bar.
Kitty-Wake, not Kitty-Waki. Kitty-Wake. It's a fucking bird.
I don't know. It sounds like something from New Zealand.
A kitty-wake is a bird.
Like Titicaca or something.
Oh, Bennett.
Wigan Pier is a sight to behold.
Huh? Used to have some good nights at Wigan Pier.
Yeah.
Huh? Yes, dancing in the snow. Sorry.
I
Northern
was
Soul, mate.
seriously disappointed when I saw Wigan Pier. It was not what I was expecting. But what's worse than that, right? What's worse than that? Hang on, let's make sure my door's shut. What's worse than that is
Mark,
listen.
Mark, Vauxhall's not on the river either.
No.
Oh no, it is. Yes, it is.
Right, listen.
I was thinking of Vauxhall Cross. Go on.
Right, a couple of years ago, we went up to Wigan to meet Danny. Right, because I've met Danny in real life. Right, we're going to meet Danny, and I said to my missus, I said, we're going out for the night to Wigan. And I booked the hotel in Wigan. She said, oh shit, that's handy then. I said, what shit? Well, we'll be by a beach. So I said, what are you talking about? She said, well, it's got a pier, hasn't it? Oh.
Go on, what is the pier?
I can see why you shut the bloody door now.
You want to see what Wigan Pier is? Thanks to the magic of the internet, I can show you. Just bear with me for a second. I'll show you exactly what Wigan Pier is, and you will be so disappointed. I kid you not.
I vaguely remember you talking about Wigan Pier once before, like years ago, and I remember Googling it at the time, but it's gone. So
It's nothing like Brighton Pier, I can assure you.
Burnt. No, I know they've got another one. So.
They do, yeah.
Right, I am not kidding you, right? When you see what this is Wigan Pier, and it really is, and Danny will confirm this. Hang on. Right, are you ready for this? This really is Wigan Pier. There you go. Hang on. There you go. That's Wigan Pier.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can imagine that looks like the end of the train track.
That is Wigan Pier.
Really?
Seriously.
Oh my God. See, look, Danny is laughing at Kitty Wake or Kitty Walkie. Oh,
Seriously?
that's brilliant. Did your missus enjoy like sunning herself on it?
That is Danny. Is that not Wigan Pier?
It was a place to load coal.
It was. That is Wigan Pier.
Best pal says that's the best thing I've ever seen. It's massive.
Huh?
Oh, so loading coal. That's why.
Yeah, onto barges. Yeah, onto barges. Then use the canals to transport the coal in them days.
Brilliant.
Yep, best pal. That is Wigan Pier. That is the actual Wigan Pier, right? Now, Danny will correct me because Danny lives in Wigan. Danny will correct me. That is the actual Wigan Pier, but the area around it is also called Wigan Pier, and it was a bit of a drinking, nightclubbing area.
Yeah, Northern Soul. A lot of Northern Soul played up there back in the 70s, 80s.
So it's the area, but the actual Wigan Pier is that. But the actual area itself is a bit more.
I think you'd be a bit pissed if you came across from the States to see Wigan Pier, wouldn't you? And that's what you're fucking faced with. Yes, exactly, Danny. Yeah, they had barges towed by horses back in the day. There. Yeah.
Oh, that's Wigan Pier. So there you go.
So if he comes from there, he's one of these up lads, is he? Hey up lad. Hey.
No, up is Yorkshire. He's Wigan.
Right.
He's Wigan. They sort of grunt a lot and breathe through their mouths in Wigan. All right.
Mouth breathers.
Yeah, they sort of grunt a lot.
The nightclub's gone now, has it? Damn, I always wanted to go there for a Northern Soul night when I was young.
I mean, Danny drags his knuckles a lot.
Never managed to get there because they're supposed to have had some awesome Northern Soul nights. What did you get the first time they met?
Yeah, Danny offered me his balls.
His
Yeah,
what?
What did you actually get?
Danny offered me his balls.
Did he?
Yeah.
So you've had Danny's balls in your hand?
I've had them in my mouth.
Huh?
I've had them in my mouth.
Bit of light teabagging, gentlemen.
Oh dear.
No, I've had them in my mouth.
Yeah. What, you had Danny's balls in your mouth?
Yes. In public as well. In the bar of the hotel.
Oh dear.
Lovely.
you got this thing about hotels and meeting people. I mean,
Yeah.
first of all, it was Tracy, and now it's. But you've gone from female to male. I'm getting a bit sort of concerned here.
When you're staying overnight, it's got to be a hotel. If I come up to visit you, Mickey, I'll be staying in a hotel.
Yes, but you you probably won't be actually sort of meeting people to have.
Well, I shan't be putting my balls in your mouth in a bar for sure.
Oh, sorry, guys, can't. Oh, adverts. It's all right. Yeah, don't worry, I didn't put my balls in his mouth either. So.
Best pal there says Barry Island is quite nice. I've never been to Barry Island. Been to Barry Island.
Oh, it's a shithole. We went last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got 2 foreign holidays cancelled.
Yeah.
We decided to go. We decided to go Wales. Stayed in a place called Porthcawl.
I know Porthcawl.
Donna wanted to go because that's where they film Gavin and Stacey. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I know it, but I've never watched it.
No, I've never watched it. But we, yeah, so we went over there. I was there about an hour. I said, "Come on, let's fucking go." It's like they got a fairground there that looks it came out in the 1950s and hadn't been repaired since. Couple of bloody grotty old. Well, they've actually got. The missus wanted to go in the cafe that they actually use on the series, so we had to go in there, which is overpriced shite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Did you hear this, Danny? Did you hear how disingenuous Mickey is being about Barry Island, because that's where Jimbo comes from? Just thought I'd mention that.
I don't care.
No. It's all right. It's all right. Jimbo's a dickhead. But,
so Danny's just come off of ads.
Oh, you just missed it, Danny. Mickey was slagging off Barry Island.
Barry Island.
Best pal's been to Barry Island, so sorry, nothing for 4 minutes. You could have had 6, Danny, twice. And the advert's only 2.5 minutes, so I don't know what you did with the other minute and a half.
Probably went for a slash.
Yeah, he could have had 6 twice. So
yeah, I wasn't impressed with Barry Island.
No, so there you go. So I don't know if you missed that, Best Pal, but Mickey wasn't impressed with Barry Island. I've never been to Barry Island, so and I was just saying, Danny, we know somebody who lives there, don't we, James? Yeah. I did. Jamie's knackered now, right? Okay, that's his missus. Oh, I've never been to Barry Island. I've been to Wales a lot, but I prefer North Wales. I prefer the Snowdonia National Park. That's my favourite bit. And I love all the little railways of Wales, like the Lake Barla Railway, the Tallion Railway, the Porthcawl Railway, the Festiniog Railway, all of them. But I do prefer North Wales, or as my wife says, my partner says, the land of the Gog. It's where all the Gogs come from. Only someone in Wales will understand that. So, but I've never been. I've been to Barry. I'd like to go to Anglesey. Anglesey looks like a nice place. I'd like to see the bridge to Anglesey, because that was built by Stevenson, the bloke that built Stevenson's rocket.
Yeah, I know Stevenson's rocket. Isn't that the one they went to the moon in?
No. The train that did the first rail journey between Liverpool and Manchester.
I do.
The Stevenson's rocket. Well, he actually built the bridge between Anglesey and the mainland. So I'd like to. And it's quite the bridge over Anglesey is quite an attractive looking bridge. That's it, the Britannia Bridge.
Didn't they build a new one not so long back?
I don't know. There was a rail bridge, then they built a road bridge beside it, wasn't there, or something like that? But yeah, I don't know. I've not been down there, so I'd love to go there.
Yeah. Someone I know from eBay, they live on Anglesey. Well, I have met her, but I haven't been up to Anglesey. But yeah.
I've not lived there. We tend to stay around the Port Maddock, Aberystwyth area whenever we go to Wales.
I like Aberystwyth.
Yeah, it's got the lovely beaches.
Towyn.
Yeah.
What's that begin with B? Barmouth.
And every other, and as as best pal knows, who comes from Wales, right? Every other village, every other town in Wales is either called Bridgend or Pennybont. Pennybont is the Welsh for Bridgend, by the way.
Yeah.
No, seriously, Tracy. It does your sat nav in, right? If you're in Wales, right, and you want to go to Bridgend, you type Bridgend into your sat nav, it comes up with a list of 50 of them.
Yeah.
And other villages are called Pennybont, right? And Pennybont is the Welsh for Bridgend. I am not kidding, right? You can actually go from Pennybont to Bridgend, or Bridgend to Bridgend as a journey. Just crazy.
That's what's hilarious. That's why it's funny.
It is absolutely crazy. It's the plan by the Welsh. See, what the Welsh is they thought the English might be invading again. So what they did is they thought they'd be clever, and they'd rename all their villages Bridgend or Pennybont. Right. I mean, the only one that isn't called Bridgend or Pennybont is one called Betsy Goyd, which is in the middle of Wales, and every road sign takes you to Betsy Goyd. So if you want to go from Bridgend to Bridgend, you've got to go via Betsy Goyd. It's a long way round. So yeah, that was their cunning plan to stop the English from invading. It didn't work though. We invaded anyway. But the thinking was good. If you call every village Bridgend or Pennybont, yeah, it's going to confuse people. Yeah.
Could be worse. Could have called them all Lowestoft.
Yeah. Danny, Mickey comes from Lowestoft. Yeah, I know. We don't talk about it that much. That's where he comes from. I know.
No. Well, it's not where I come from. It's where I now reside. I wasn't born here.
When he leaves Lowestoft, right? How he gets rid of the smell of fish, I don't know.
I just wash my hands. I'll get the missus to have a bath.
Just your hands, Mickey.
Yeah, I'll just get the wife to have a bath. That soon gets rid of the fish.
Ah.
Sorry.
I know Tracy there's never actually been anywhere.
No.
Well, yes, she's been to Scotland.
Yeah. And I just haven't been anywhere like in the world, but I've been to a few places in Britain. But life meant that I couldn't explore as much as I would have liked to. So, but I'm doing it now, so I'm not going to complain. I'm getting around.
Exactly.
I've been to sort of various places, and Wales I've only been to once. Scotland I've only been to once, but it's going to be twice soon. But yeah, just sort of anything that's sort of easiest to get to from London, especially sort of southwards, has been the easiest thing for me because it's easy enough. It's also things like cost as well and time. So sometimes you could pick up like a single ticket for a £5, so a day out would be a tenner as long as you booked in advance. And so I did things like that going down to the south coast, like Bognor and Littlehampton and things like that. So just made it easier when I couldn't get out on holiday. Now I can get out on holiday. I don't want to go to Brighton or Littlehampton or anything like that. I want to explore. I want to go to the pretty places.
You know what? I've never been to Scotland. Well, I have been to Scotland, but that was when I was driving. I drove up to Glasgow. I had to drop a car in a garage, pick one up and fetch it back. And when I was in the garage, the guy said, if I was you, he said, I'd get out of Glasgow before you stopped, otherwise the car won't be back on the back of your truck by the time you get out of Glasgow again. So I drove back down to Penrith, just overnight at Penrith.
Yeah, I need to go to the
I'd love to go to Scotland. Some friends of mine, well, my daughter's ex-partner's parents have just come back, and some of the pictures they put on Facebook are absolutely stunning. Some of the scenery up there is absolutely
and I'm telling you,
stunning.
None of it does justice. When you look at a picture and you go, that's stunning.
Yeah.
Nothing prepares you for actually how stunning it is.
It's the
Even
same.
though you're looking at the pictures and going, that's stunning.
Yeah.
When you're actually there, standing in it, smelling it, feeling it, and you've got, the mountains are not just huge, but they're huge.
Yeah.
And it's just, and the waterways, it's not just like that. It just goes on forever. Oh, I really was not expecting to be blown away. I was looking forward to going to like a pretty place with some stunning views. Yeah, it's lovely. No, it was stunning. And then on the way back, we drove down because we went up via the A1 and we came back via the A1, but we came back we came round. I can't remember. We went through the Lake District sort of area. We touched the side of.
That's
the
another
Lake
place I've not been to that I'd like to go to. Is the Lake District, but the only reason I don't go there, I think, too many people go there now.
Did you drop a 99 in the sand there as well?
Where?
Wherever it was you were just talking about.
Well, I haven't been there, so how would I?
Well, you need to.
No, we're talking about the Lake District.
Yeah, well, you need to drop 99s in the sand. I've been to the Lake District. I've been to Glasgow. I had a meet with some eBay people.
What, in Glasgow?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I've not actually seen Scotland because we flew from Stansted to Prestwick.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then got a train from Prestwick to Glasgow.
That's what I was going to say. Glasgow, and Mickey might know this, seeing as he has driven to Glasgow. Like the 5-lane motorway. 10-lane. Oh Jesus! Yeah. We did that in sheet rain last year when we were going to Loch Lomond, and
put you in front now, Mickey, so she can't keep slapping you around the face.
I can do this now.
I'll put her arm behind me now.
But that motorway, because obviously, you know, when you're planning the trip and that, and it's like, right, okay, we're going to go up there, and we were coming from Berwick, so we carried on going around the A1, and you carry on, then you go past Edinburgh, and that's good, that's fine. Then you hit the edge of Glasgow, and it suddenly becomes 10 lanes.
Hang on. Edinburgh's over here. Glasgow's down here.
We were coming from Edinburgh and Glasgow are about the same level, but one's on the
east and one's on the west. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So you must have gone up the right hand side of the country, up the A1, and then across. Yeah.
That's what we had to do.
74, I think. I can't remember.
Mickey, we were coming from Berwick on Tweed.
Yeah.
So we had to just follow the A1 upwards.
Yeah.
Which was a nice drive because it's like coastal. And then you go round a bit, then you go round, and then you go to get to, and also I wanted to drive through some ancestral places, and then you go along and you go underneath Edinburgh, and then you get to Glasgow, and then Glasgow, all of a sudden you've got 10 lanes of madness in the rain.
Yeah.
And poor Andy, I mean, you know, he's a good driver and he's a confident driver, but I don't think he'd ever experienced anything like that before. All of a sudden it's us in the rain, kind of like going, where the fuck? Can't read the road signs. We've got to get off at a certain bridge. Can't fucking read them. Which lane are we supposed to be in? But so this time round, we're going to try to miss that madness. We're not coming in from that side anyway, so hopefully going up the M6.
Yeah.
Should miss
straight up to Glasgow. Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother's just come back from Scotland as well. He's got a motorhome, and they've just spent a fortnight up there just driving around, because apparently in Scotland you can park where you like as long as you leave it where as you find it. Magic Roundabout in Swindon is a pain in the arse, that is. It's one roundabout with about 1 million round it.
I like the Magic Roundabout in Swindon.
People go sort of in any direction. You don't know where they're coming from.
Oh God. Yeah, that's what I mean. If you're not used to doing stuff like that, then it becomes a bit of a kind of like, oh, okay, I've been driving for like 30 years, but what the fuck am I doing driving?
But it's the same if I come to London. I'll drive somewhere, I don't know, about Gants Hill, park the car up for the day and get the tube in. I ain't driving around London.
No, Andy hates driving.
I hate it. I've done it. I mean, we've been to the O2 a couple of times, but I fucking hate it. I really do hate driving in London.
I'm only 7 miles from the O2, Mickey, so if you come to the O2 again, let me know.
Yeah.
And you can park on his drive.
I
haven't got a drive.
My grandson was down there a couple of weeks ago. They actually walked over the top of the O2. You can walk over the top. So he did that the other week. Sent some pictures from the top. It's quite it looks quite a way up. Because when they built the O2, wasn't that supposed to be temporary?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
For the Millennium.
The Millennium Dome.
I think they had an idea that it was going to be let out as some kind of exhibition space or something.
All right.
Afterwards, but they didn't know what.
No.
And when they were building it, they didn't know what the exhibition, the Millennium exhibition, was actually going to be like. And I went to it, and it was mostly commercial crap.
Yeah.
Really, there was a couple of, they had zones, and there was a couple of zones that were good. There was like a relaxation zone that was really good, and there was something else that we liked, and I can't remember what it was. It was obviously that great. But the one thing that was really good was the center of the dome show, and it was there were acrobats. No, what do they call them? Aerial acrobats coming in from up high, like flying on what looked like sort of scarves of chiffon, and they had music. It was music by Peter Gabriel, and then they were sort of kind of a bit like Cirque du Soleil, that kind of thing, and it was that good that we stayed to watch them do it all over again, but it was like as a warm up for the next show. It was that was good. That was.
I think the last time we went to Dome, I took my wife and my daughter were going to see Ronan Keating.
Oh right.
So me and my son-in-law went in. They've got cinemas in there, haven't they? We went in this freaking cinema just to watch a film while they were in there, and I can't even remember what the film was, but it's the most dire film I've ever fucking seen in my life. Oh dear. I think I fell asleep, and Rob had to wake me up at the end. And we went to go. I mean, some little Italian place outside. We had a meal just outside the O2 there.
Last time I was up at the
Chains.
O2 was a couple of weeks back. I've never seen a show there.
No, I've never seen a show there. I've been in the cinema there, but like I say, I don't like London. I try and stay away as much as I can. It's because it's not the people or anything like that. It's the size of the place. You know what I mean? Coming from a little hick town like I do, the size of the place just no. I feel claustrophobic when I go to London. I really do. Concrete everywhere, and
I know that feeling.
you know.
And it doesn't help with the amount of people.
No.
When you add the amount of people into the concrete jungle,
Yeah.
and it just is like, I want my personal space. Your personal space in London is like less than 6 inches.
Yeah, I'm going to say you haven't got any, but every time I've been there, everybody seems to be in a rush to get someplace, as if they've got to be there yesterday, like, just
mad.
and round here it's just a bit like Spain, manana. In fact,
Not where I live. Not where I live. Not where I live by a long way.
no, but you're on the outskirts, aren't you? You're not in London per se. I know you're in Greater London, but you're not in. When I say London, I talk about the middle. The like the city and sort of around that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know it very well, so that's probably another reason I don't like it, because I don't know it very well. I'd get lost.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I've been around all your tourist sites, Buckhouse and Big Ben and Houses of Parliament and Trafalgar Square. I've been all around there, but it didn't really impress me.
Can I just say I'm going to end this stream in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're looking a bit.
I'm getting a bit. Thank you, Danny. We're going. I'm actually saying my goodbyes now, so I'm going to say goodbye as well now. So I'll see you later, Danny. I'll see you later, Best. I'll see you later, Mark. Whoever else is watching. And I'll leave these two to chat for a minute.
Oh well, we're going to say good night as well.
We are.
You're the one with all the knobs and buttons.
It's all right. You can stay on for a little while if you want. I'm going to go to the toilet. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. Don't let us raid a similar one as what we had the other night. I mean, that literally was just gaming.
Well, I just log out when it goes over to there anyway. So
yeah, it needs to be something like what we're doing, because then it becomes a better advertisement for us as well.
Oh, I can look up now. Oh, look at that.
What?
Ooh.
Has he moved us? He's moved us.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a skirt, so you can't be taking any
Oh.
sneaky pictures.
Oh dear. No.
He's testing us out for if he needs to have us one on top of the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's cool. That's fine. That's pretty much what I was saying. Oh, toss.
God, I'm getting deafened. Oh.
Keeps them warm. Keeps your head warm. Keeps your ears warm.
Yeah, keep my legs warm. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
But I was just happening browsing Facebook just now, and I come across an article. A chippy owner in Scotland to celebrate the Queen's death has had her windows smashed in.
Oh.
Apparently, she was posted a video of herself dancing and cracking open a bottle of champagne while holding a chalkboard which read "Lizard Liz is dead. London Bridge has fallen. Yee-hoo." Since then, her shop's been vandalised. So she now got.
I really don't see what the people have the problem with her.
No, no.
I can see why people have a problem with the royal family's history, generally, but why her? What
Yeah, but
did
I mean,
she do?
because she's the figurehead, they seem to blame us for things that happened in the 18th, 17th century, 19th century, which we had no control of. She had no control of, and I just, I don't know.
I
They're
know.
just some sickos. That's all.
You know, I mean, it's a good job that we that humans progress. Otherwise, we'd still be like Henry VIII and lopping off people's heads for being traitorous or treasonous. No, you know what I mean, like committing treason.
Yeah, yeah.
We'd still be doing that. And oh, what you had an affair and you're my closest aide. Right, off with your head. Cough it up.
Yeah. Right.
Yes. Shall we
I
say
think
good night?
I think I'm going to say good night. So,
Cool. Keep it quality.
yeah. Good night, people. Stay safe. Keep your loved ones close.
Yeah, and it's a good night from me. We'll all be back on Wednesday, same time, normal time. So see you then.
Goodbye, Club Streamer, and we can.